Welcome to another interesting edition of Tech Trends, your number one tech show on television. On this edition of the show, we'll take a look at how you can back up your web-based email services. A mobile app of the week can protect you from malware attack. This is Tech Trends, and I am Chukwuemeka Agbata.
Alphabet's Google self-driving car project recast itself as Waymo, an independent entity within the technology giant, as executives suggested the company is close to bringing its autonomous driving to the public. The move signals a desire to finally monetize the company's valuable research amid fierce competition from a score of rivals, all vying to be the first to launch production-ready self-driving cars. Google's high-profile program, now in its 7th year, has been at the forefront of self-driving technology, but is now challenged by companies from Uber Technologies to Apple and traditional car companies in the fast-growing industry.
First time I sat in one of the prototypes, I loved the fact that there was no steering wheel and no pedals. You know, I've long thought that taking the human out of the loop, was the obvious direction that we needed to go. If the car is competent to drive me, let it do it itself.
According to Graphic, until now, the program has been part of a secretive research unit, Google X. Waymo stands for a new way forward in mobility. Graphic reiterated that Waymo has no interest in producing self-driving cars, but rather in developing the technology to drive them. Possible applications would be in ride-sharing transportation, trucking, logistics, and personal use vehicles. Fiat Chrysler, Google's first partner, teamed up with the tech company in May to work together to integrate Google's self-driving system into 100 of the car maker's minivans. Google's goal to perfect an autonomous vehicle that requires zero human intervention stands in contrast to that of some other automakers developing partial autonomy, which requires some driver supervision. Google's self-driving cars have driven over 2 million miles, and testing now focuses on the trickiest scenarios faced by cars on surface streets. Google has expanded this program over the past year, hiring more engineers while doubling its testing centers from 2 U.S. cities to 4. Although there have been some significant departures over the past year, Chief Technical Officer Chris Urmson left in August after leading the project from its inception. Some new hires have pointed to the program's readiness to move past its experimental stage.
All we have to do is push this
In July, the project appointed its first general counsel, and a month later, it hired Sean Stewart as director of the project with a mandate to commercialize the company's self-driving technology.